538 day of Russian aggression Strait of Ukraine, the situation at the front. Today, there is significant news from the Kherson region. Following the establishment of a bridgehead by Ukrainian forces on the river's eastern bank, they have commenced a gradual expulsion of Russians from the village of Kozachi Laheri. The key to the rapid progress of the Ukrainians is the valuable information obtained from the captured commander of the battalion, responsible for holding the region. Recently released footage reveals a conversation between a Ukrainian fighter and the Russian battalion commander, Major Tomov. Major Tomov disclosed that his battalion consists entirely of mobilized soldiers, including himself, who were mobilized last autumn. He expressed that due to a lack of training, his troops were engaged in logistical tasks in the rear. However, less than 2 weeks ago, they were unexpectedly deployed to the front lines. Confronted with the reality of combat, the soldiers became demoralized, leading to a reluctance to follow orders. Consequently, Major Tomov found himself personally inspecting each position, which ultimately resulted in his capture. The concentrated efforts of Ukrainian artillery and drone units caused significant losses for the battalion, with a personnel reduction of 25% within the initial 9 days. After the Ukrainian offensive, the Russian losses surged beyond 30%. However, the most crucial intelligence obtained by the Ukrainians was the disposition of Russian observation posts, command posts, defensive positions, and regular patrol routes. With all the details marked on a map, the Ukrainians swiftly launched a second wave of attacks, verified through geolocation footage. Ukrainian drone operators accurately tracked down Russian troops. Subsequently, the artillery crews received the coordinates, enabling them to unleash devastating firepower on the western side of the village, ultimately forcing the Russians to withdraw to the eastern side. Russian sources claimed that they prevented Ukrainian forces from entering the settlement despite the challenging conditions on the ground. Nonetheless, some analysts hinted that the fighting may have extended to the village itself. Reports suggested that Ukrainian forces enjoyed relative freedom of movement along the river. Moreover, while evacuating captured Russians and fortifying the region during their return, Ukrainians deployed fighters from the 126th Brigade, with special forces continuing their advance. If the Ukrainians succeed in capturing Kozachi Laheri and proceed towards Enraged, a significant stretch of the river would completely fall out of Russian control. This would provide the Ukrainians with unrestricted capabilities to strengthen their assault units. Russian forces would be limited to counterattacking through only 2 corridors, due to the considerable sandy desert covering the central part. Analysts concluded that the Ukrainian success is largely attributed to their formidable intelligence gathering. Once Russian airborne forces, who possessed experience, were withdrawn from the front lines and replaced by inexperienced mobilized soldiers, the Ukrainians swiftly focused on eliminating the new troops. The lack of experience and familiarity with the region proved pivotal as the battalion suffered significant losses within a mere 10 days, resulting in demoralization and their subsequent defeat. Interestingly, Russian forces recently attempted a smaller-scale operation, possibly as a diversion to shift the Ukrainian focus away from this region, and allocate resources to stabilize the situation instead of reinforcing the bridgehead. Unfortunately for the Russians, Ukrainian drone operators closely monitored the area and successfully neutralized the approaching Russian boats with kamikaze drones. If you reside in the United States, Germany, France, or any other country, consider showing your solidarity by purchasing dual flags. We have gratifyingly developed a highly requested design featuring dual flags of all nations, which we can ship worldwide. To explore our new products with dual flags, click the link provided in the description below.